Hey everyone, how's it going today? Hope everyone's having a good Friday today. Been a crazy day for me today. Just kind of wanted to share a little story with you guys. Kind of had some other things on my mind, but this story that I'm going to share with you guys, it's pretty cool. It has Jiu Jitsu related. I started my day off with I had to go and have my dog that just passed away cremated. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I gotta give kudos to the faithful friends over in Fort Worth. Great business. They do everything professionally. They take good care of you. It's a great place if you're going to think about, if you have a pet, you're going to get them cremated or whatever. They do a heck of a job. It's my second pet that I've had done there like that. And so, of course, waking up having to deal with that, just knowing that you're going to go over there and do that. They got a nice little viewing area, and they have them all set up for you because they go and pick them up from the vet for you and stuff like that. And it's just a real nice kind of little thing that they do. And anyways, I pull up and I get out, and one of the guys that came out to greet me had cauliflower ear. Obviously, if you train jiu-jitsu, you wrestle, it's a trademark. It's just right away. You just know, like, you either do jiu-jitsu or you wrestle, right? So, right away, he's like, hey, Alvarez Jiu-Jitsu, blah, blah. Like, he knew about me, about the team. Of course, I'm in the vehicle because it's all wrapped. And so, of course, kind of takes my mind off of what's going on with my dog, because he goes right into, hey, how's it going? Like, some of your guys that used to train with you moved to Burleson or wherever, now train with us. So we get into this whole conversation about jiu-jitsu right off the get-go. And real nice guy, actually. He's the one that kind of takes your pet and takes them from the viewing room and takes them to where they cremate, where they put them in the, I don't know what they call it, but it's like a big oven. And he does all that. He does it. He just, a lot of good care. Great guy. And so anyways, it's me personally, with a lot of things that happen with people's dogs and stuff like that, you kind of hear horror stories. I pay the extra money because I want to see my dog go from the room where we go to view him at, follow him to where they go and put him in the, whatever you call it, at the crematory, the oven, watch him go in, and then I hang out and wait there because I want to see my dog come out. Like, I don't want no one else's dog's ashes. I want my dog's ashes, right? So I'm hanging out, got about an hour to kill because it's about how long it takes. And so anyways, in between whatever he's doing, we get to talking again. And this guy's telling me, like, all this stuff. His dad passed away, I think, in the 4th or 5th grade. Then he had, like, his stepfather pass away. And, he's got, like, a lesion in his brain. He was telling me, like, he's got, these health complications to where, he could... Anyways, is this... And his girlfriend wasn't, don't have kidneys, and she's on dialysis. And I was just, wow, man, this guy's like going through a lot of stuff, man. I don't have those kind of problems. I don't have, I still have my dad, so on and so forth. And so, you start to, me thinking about what I was thinking about, being kind of down and out with my dog. And then here this guy's telling me, he's not like being sad about it. He's just like, hey, man, it's just my life and how I've been dealing with things. And then he's telling me how he's going into the jiu-jitsu part, right? So he's sharing with me his stages, his process of chasing jiu-jitsu. He's been in it for a while. He's a purple belt. And, he's kind of telling me these different jobs that he's had. He worked in oil fields. He's done this. He's done that. And he was kind of trained jiu-jitsu through the process of these other jobs. And then he had to take a break because he started roofing. And he said, man, the roofing, the hours were just so complicated that I couldn't train. So I took a hiatus from jiu-jitsu for a while, and it was killing me. And, I guess some of his old teammates were reaching out to him like, hey, man, you need to come back, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, man, enough was enough. He goes, he said he went and took all his stuff that he, had from the roofing company, just went and dropped it off, said, man, I'm done. That's it. I'm going to go train jiu-jitsu. And he just kept telling himself, when I was training jiu-jitsu, things were in order. Things were where they should be. and without it, his life kind of just was out of place. And obviously I can relate to that, because I do jiu-jitsu. I've been doing it for over 20 years. I got students that come and go in jiu-jitsu that I've watched come and go, or friends come and go in jiu-jitsu over the past 20 years, say the exact same thing. When they're training jiu-jitsu, their life is on track. If you stick with it long enough, right? If you stick with jiu-jitsu long enough and you're in it long enough, then it becomes a part of you to where you just gotta have it. It's just gotta be you just gotta have it. Like this guy's like, I quit. Like he took his stuff, said, man, I quit. And then he ended up where I met him at the crematory, at the Faithful Friends. And he goes, man, it just worked out, the hours, blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching him work, right? Like, because they have big bay doors. So I can see him in the parking lot. My car's facing this way. I'm watching him doing what he's doing. He's doing all the stuff with the ovens or whatever. He's sweating. He's drinking his water, and, he's telling me, he's like, man, I do this all day long until 5 o'clock, and then I can't wait he goes, I just do what I need to get done, so that, and then my mind is focused on training jiu-jitsu afterward. He said class starts, I think, at 6:30. He goes home, showers, and then he goes and spends like 2 hours in jiu-jitsu class. And he's just telling me that, some people, they complain, they're tired, they had a long day, and he's like, some people just have it really good. They're in air conditioned, they're in an office, they wear nice clothes, whatever. He's working out in the heat, because today is hot. Like, if you're in Texas right now, you're catching this, man, it's hot today. And he's working out, like basically working outside with hot ovens, right? And then he's still gonna go train jiu-jitsu. He's like, I gotta train 4 or 5 times a day, But his statement of, I gotta just train, he was just telling me, with all this stuff that was going on when he wasn't training jiu-jitsu, how his life was just kind of all over the place. That statement just stuck with me. He's like, man, I just kept telling myself, I just got to get to jiu-jitsu. If I can get to jiu-jitsu, everything will be all right. Because without it, it wasn't all right. And, he goes, I was doing what I had to do because I had put food on the table, do all this stuff. He goes, but it just wasn't enough for me. I was doing what I had to do, but I wasn't doing anything, like, basically for himself, right? And I think all of us that do jiu-jitsu, if you're sticking with it long enough, can relate to that. And so the message is for all those individuals, because I have students that are coming and going, they're missing class, right? And maybe your life is kind of out of whack right now. You gotta get back to the mats. You gotta get back to the mats. You gotta get back, because he's telling me about his teammates, his coach, the atmosphere, just the people that he's around, just all the just fruitful benefits of jiu-jitsu. And so, of course, he took my mind off of everything for a long time, which I'm glad he did. But it was just crazy how you just run into someone, especially at some place like that, right? Totally didn't think I was going to have any kind of conversation nowhere near that with anyone there. But we had, I could relate to him on so many different levels, because of the way he was telling me jiu-jitsu was helping him. I get it, because I talked to so many students so many times, so many people come and go, that's like, man, why don't you just stick with this thing and keep basically taking your medicine every day, right? Like this is what I've been talking about lately, right? Like different layers, things that help you keep your mind on track, keep you in great physical shape, just keep you around good people that are talking like you, versus you want to try and do something healthy for yourself or good for yourself, but then you're hanging around people that aren't really interested in doing anything what you're trying to do, so your friendships aren't really like where they should be. Then you go to the mat, you get to the mat area, you get to training, get to sweating, and then you get these good conversations, these good vibes, these good whatever from your coach or from your teammates, and then you can put everything back where it should be, and then handle the rest of your day, or end the day on a good note. But I really didn't feel like training, because I had class, right? I had someone cover class for me because I had to take care of that, and how long it was going to take. But then it started getting late, and I was like, but listening to him talk and all the different things that he's gone through in his life and how rough it was, he's definitely gone through way more harder times than me. Yeah, man, you know, what's the excuse? Like, there isn't any, you know, because someone always has it harder than you. Like, someone's always going through more things than you. Like, that's just the way it is. And that was just, however, for whatever reason, that time frame, that guy was there on this day. I walk in, I'm going through what I'm going through, and here's this guy, and we're having this good conversation about jiu-jitsu. But the fire in this guy about jiu-jitsu, he's sweating. Like, I'm not sweating because I had just walked. You know, I was kind of in my car, like I said, AC's on, and then, you know, I'm watching this guy work. He's all full of sweat. You know, he's sweating. He's dripping sweat everywhere. He's got a great attitude about life. All these horrible things have happened to him. These rough things have happened to him. And jiu-jitsu for him is the answer. You know, jiu-jitsu for him is the answer. And I can relate, like I said, I can relate to that because it helps me. So anyways, you know, shook hands, told him I appreciate all the, you know, great conversation, man. And, you know, I went home, grabbed my stuff, because I had planned on training anyways. Someone was waiting for me, one of my teammates. And, you know, got my 4 rounds in, got my work in, and then I got a couple miles in afterwards. And then, you know, the rest of the day I've just been busy. I haven't even been home since first thing this morning. So, but I wanted to get that out to you because I know I've talked to some students that have brought in their friends or whatever, family members, and they haven't been coming to class. You got to get to class. You got to come and give it a chance. Stick with it long enough. If you signed up, again, whether it's my academy or somewhere else, wherever you're catching this at, go to class, guys. Go to class. Get around good people, man. Get good workouts. Like, get your mind in the right place. I guarantee you, if you're going through some tough things, it's going to help. It's going to help. You know, it helped me today. It's been helping me. I've been training. You know, I train every day. Doesn't mean that I want to train every day because of what I'm going through, but I just train, you know. I just make it happen because I know it's going to help me. And this guy here, you know, just ran into him today, great conversation, and how much jiu-jitsu has helped this guy with all the stuff he's going through. You know, he just kept telling me just one thing after another. I'm just like, you know, like, wow, man, like, I wouldn't want to go through any of that stuff, you know. But, you know, he's making it happen. He's super excited about jiu-jitsu. He's teaching jiu-jitsu. He's got all these great friends on the mat. And you can have those too if you just get yourself to the mats, right? Give it a chance. You signed up. Maybe you haven't been going like you're supposed to. Maybe you haven't gave it a real good shot. Give it a good shot, you know. And you're paying for it, you know. Get into the academy, again, whether it's mine or wherever you're catching this at, and go to class. Go to class. I guarantee you afterwards you're going to feel better. You're going to just, you know, over time look better. You know, I got students losing weight. I had a student message me the other day. He lost 33 pounds. I mean, his gis are starting to look too big on him. He's look way healthier than he did. You know, he was almost 200 pounds. Now he's like 164 or something like that. Tremendous things can happen for you guys if you give it a real shot and stick to it. And train. So whether you're in my area or not, if you're in my area, come check us out. I guarantee you we can help you out. It's not just jiu-jitsu, guys, chokes and arm bars and stuff like that. This is like some real life stuff that can really help you with whatever it is that you're going through. And if you're not in my area, find you a jiu-jitsu academy, Google jiu-jitsu near me, or put in whatever, BJJ. Get to a school, and if you're already part of school and you've been skipping class, get to class, and go make a better version of yourself, because it definitely will help you. And when you're going through tough times, you know, it will definitely help. You know, this guy says, like, man, I'm OCD about jiu-jitsu. Like, I just, you know, and he was telling me about his brother too. You know, his brother took a hiatus from jiu-jitsu. You know, just kind of was getting in trouble here and there, just not focused. And then he got him back into jiu-jitsu, and now his brother's doing good because they're trained together, they're focused, they're both, you know, getting in shape, they're both got their minds right, their bodies are right, and just, you know, jiu-jitsu's doing wonder for these guys. So, you know, it's pretty awesome stuff. It's amazing martial art. You know, it helped me today with just the conversation that we had. Just, you know, Otherwise, I'd have been sitting there just being all sad, thinking about how my dog's getting cremated and stuff like that. So anyways, I had to share that with you. I wanted to share that with you right when it happened, but I was already late for class, and I was like, man, I got to get to class. I'm gonna miss my roll. So but yeah, he was definitely a humble person. He was talking about he don't care who taps him or whatever. He just wants to get better in jiu-jitsu and just wants to learn as much as he can. And man, that's a great student. That coach has a great individual underneath him that is helping him, just like jiu-jitsu is helping him. He's kind of giving back what jiu-jitsu is giving that individual. He's giving it back to his coach and to his team, which is really awesome stuff. So anyways, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I still got to get some groceries and some other stuff, but I just want to get that out there to you. So again, if you're thinking about it, get to the mats, come try us out, or go try out a gym near you. And if you're already training, put your gi on, get your no gi stuff, whatever day it is, doesn't matter. Go sweat it out with your teammates, go smile, have a good conversation, and help get your mind right if it isn't right. All right, wish you guys the best. I'll see you guys next time.